Shadowing is a highly popular foreign language learning technique that involves listening to recorded native speech and vocalizing the words at the same time. Despite strong evidence for the efficacy of the technique as a listening exercise, the tools available for shadowing don't provide adequate support for listening skill development, especially in autonomous learning environments with no external feedback. This is because shadowing imposes a high cognitive load on the learner, making them unable to self-regulate their practice without added support. To identify the specific areas where learners need support, we conducted a formative user study with 15 language learners to gain empirical insights on their needs and challenges for listening-focused shadowing. We found that time-sensitive exposure to specific parts of the transcript led to aha moments where the learners would self-reflect on their listening ability by noticing misheard words. However, giving unconstrained access to the full transcript proved to be problematic because learners had the tendency to focus solely on the text instead of the audio. This hampered their focus on listening skill development. To take full advantage of the transcript as a source of support, while addressing all of the caveats that come with its unfettered use, we designed CAST, a computer-assisted shadowing trainer that enhances the learner's ability to self-regulate their shadowing practices using an ensemble of 4 novel design elements: in-the-moment highlights, contextual blurring, self-listening comparators, and adjustable pause handles. CAST structures the self-regulated shadowing process around 2 phases and 2 modes, and offers helpful guidance on what to do for each phase-mode combination. During the listening phase, learners highlight parts that they find hard to understand as they familiarize themselves with the material before shadowing.
"My dear fellow," said Sherlock Holmes, as we sat on either side of the fire.
Notice how the audio temporarily stops when the learner begins highlighting. This allows for a moment of quiet self-reflection.
In his lodgings at Baker Street,
CAST offers learners transient textual glimpses so that they can notice misheard words.
Which are really mere commonplaces.
Holding on to a highlight for too long causes the text to revert back to being blurred so that the learners cannot fixate on reading.
Profitable.
With all the difficult parts mapped out, learners can spend time reviewing their highlights and reflecting on how well they were able to listen. They can adjust the pause handles to introduce short breaks between difficult chunks. These handles are placed in locations where the pause does not alter the native cadence of the target audio. During the shadowing phase, learners focus solely on speaking along.
"My dear fellow," said Sherlock Holmes, as we sat.
Notice how the highlights provide timely support from the text.
At Baker Street. "Life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man could invent."
A pulsating marker encourages the learner to breathe during pauses.
Conceive the things which are really mere commonplaces.
CAST quietly records all shadowing attempts and embeds them into the transcript in a manner that makes comparisons with the text easy.
And unprofitable.
Learners can hear themselves after shadowing and self-evaluate their listening ability by spot-checking recordings against the text.
"My dear fellow," said Sherlock Holmes, as we sat on either side of the fire in his lodgings at Baker Street, and leading to the most ultra results.
And leading to the most ultra results.
And leading to the most ultra results.
Multiple recordings are preserved as stacks, allowing learners to hear differences between successive attempts.
And leading to the most ultra results. And leading to the most ultra results.
Our summative evaluation results from 12 language learners suggest that participants were able to use CAST to self-regulate their shadowing practice. This study makes 3 core contributions. We present the design of CAST, the first shadowing system for self-regulated foreign language listening practice, offer fresh empirical insights on the needs and challenges of language learners, and provide results from a summative evaluation that validates our design. Please check the paper for the full report.